Paul White. A name whispered in hushed tones. A man of wealth, charm, and unspeakable evil. He was a predator in the guise of a benefactor, preying on the innocent. His hunting ground, the gilded cages of the elite. White understood the insatiable hunger of the powerful. He knew their yearning for more influence, more wealth, more control. He offered them a path, a dark and twisted path, to achieve their desires. Children, the key to his insidious plan. He selected them carefully, each one young, impressionable, and from families of influence. He groomed them, manipulated them, and ultimately stole their very essence, their souls. He would bind their life force to his will. With it, he could grant his clients their deepest desires. He was a puppet master, and the children, his marionettes. Word spread like wildfire through the upper echelons of society. A chance to solidify their power, to crush their rivals, to achieve immortality, all for a price. Politicians, CEOs, even royalty flocked to him. They craved the power White offered, the power to bend the world to their will. He gave them a taste, a tantalizing glimpse of what they could have. They became addicted, slaves to their ambition. They paid any price. They sacrificed their morals, their values, and ultimately their souls to quench their insatiable thirst. White reveled in their desperation. Their greed fueled his power. He was the architect of their downfall, a master manipulator who understood the darkest desires of the human heart. The Galactic Federal Bureau Oversight, GFBO, the supposed guardians of the galaxy, caught wind of White's operation, but instead of apprehending him, they saw an opportunity. They offered White a deal: immunity from prosecution in exchange for his cooperation. They wanted access to his clientele, to the most powerful individuals in the galaxy. White, ever the pragmatist, accepted. He knew the GFBO's true intentions. This wasn't about justice, it was about control. The GFBO craved dominion over the galaxy's elite, and they would use White to achieve it. With the GFBO's backing, White's operation expanded exponentially. He needed a base of operations, a place hidden from prying eyes, a place where he could continue his work undisturbed. He found it in Epst Island, a secluded paradise in the far reaches of the galaxy. He purchased it outright, transforming it into a fortress, a gilded cage for his victims. He commissioned the construction of a state-of-the-art spaceship, the Soulless Adventure they called it, a vessel designed to transport his victims and conceal his horrific experiments. Epst Island was no longer a paradise. It was a prison, a graveyard. The International Criminal Bureau had long suspected the GFBO of corruption, but they lacked proof. Whispers of a shadowy figure, a puppet master pulling the strings of the galaxy's elite, reached their ears. They launched a clandestine investigation. Their target, Paul White. The ICB traced White's movements to Epst Island. They infiltrated his organization, gathering evidence of his crimes and the GFBO's complicity. The deeper they dug, the more horrifying the truth became. The ICB was determined to expose the conspiracy, no matter the cost. Section 6. Unearthing the horrors of Epst Island. The ICB, armed with irrefutable evidence, launched a surprise raid on Epst Island. They breached White's defenses, swarming the compound, arresting guards and personnel. But White was gone. He had escaped, tipped off moments before the raid. The ICB discovered the horrifying truth of Epst Island. Hidden beneath the opulent facade lay a network of underground chambers, torture chambers, laboratories, and a mass grave. Over a dozen children's bodies were discovered, their life force drained, their souls extinguished. The ICB had stumbled upon a nightmare. Section 7. Souls Adrift. The ICB's investigation uncovered the Soulless Adventure, abandoned but still operational. They discovered logs, recordings of White's experiments. He hadn't destroyed the children's souls, not entirely. He had imprisoned them along with the souls of 2 adults within a pocket dimension, a purgatory of his own creation. The recordings revealed his plans to weaponize these souls, to create an army of the damned. The ICB had stopped him, but at what cost? The souls trapped in the pocket dimension cried out, their anguish echoing across the void. Section 8. The Fallout. The ICB leaked their findings to the media. The galaxy erupted in outrage. The GFBO's corruption, their complicity in White's crimes, sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Governments toppled. Leaders resigned in disgrace. The GFBO, once a symbol of order, was now synonymous with betrayal and corruption. The ICB's investigation continued, determined to bring White to justice and dismantle his network of power. but the damage had been done. Section 9. A universe unraveled. The galaxy was left reeling, the illusion of order shattered. The Epst Island incident had exposed the darkness lurking beneath the surface of galactic society. The thirst for power, the willingness to exploit and sacrifice, all for personal gain. The question now remained, could the galaxy heal from these wounds? Could they find a way to rebuild trust, to hold those in power accountable? The answers were elusive, lost in the echoes of the children's cries from their spectral prison. The universe, once filled with hope and promise, now seemed a far darker, more uncertain place.